All right, well, we spent the day at the San Diego Safari, which used to be the San Diego Wild Animal Park. Hadn't been there in quite some time, so a lot of changes from what I last recall. Probably been about 30 years when I was there, but we had a real good time. It's always good to go out there and see the wildlife, see the animals. Yeah, just a real cool event. And our only regret is we couldn't spend more time. Yeah, one of the things that we were really impressed with was the amount of studying of the animals that really took place there. Full-on biologists and scientists that really understood habitat, really understood how to maybe have a potential of reintroduce animals back into the wild. Again, it was good to see that the money that they earned with the tickets directly goes to the research, both like for the animals and their habitat, and to try and make this world a better spot. Yeah, really fun kind for everything. You had the little kids there, and they got to see some stuff that was really exciting, as well as some adult stuff as well. And you know, everywhere you looked, it was just some new fact about animals or plants or habitats in general that really stood out. And it was a kind of a fun way to kind of learn this stuff. It was a bit hot. I must admit, it was a bit hot, but again, we just adapt and overcome. Yeah, I think most of you have seen our chickens that we have here, so we kind of have this new fascination for birds, a new appreciation for them. Always respected them, but kind of really got to see, kind of a different side of birds, and really realize how each one has their own personality and what have you. Yeah, a little bird pair right there. They were comfortable enough to kind of walk in front of people. We just gave them their space. I believe that's a spider monkey. The people like it. Or her, I should say. Either one. Yeah, it was great just in talking with other people around there. Everyone really did have appreciation for nature. Everyone was kind of asking questions of like the host about different things that can be done to help nature. Always good. It's always good to kind of think about the big picture. How we're all in a small world. And somehow make the world a better place and so much better. Yeah, with some of the latest stuff too, I guess they did have zip lines. We didn't go on them, but it's just kind of seeing like new, fun, exciting things at the park. The map did seem a bit more extensive than when I last recall. Yeah, just a well done quality product that they're delivering. Yep, I believe it's a lioness there. I believe the group of lions is a pride, I believe. Not an expert, just something I kind of recalled in
team members to ensure a quick learning process for all guests. Once again, we will be directing each group to assigned boarding rows, and we will fill all available seats.
They used to have a monorail here, as I recall. That was like the first time. I guess they got rid of that probably in the 80s, I think. It was one of the buses we were waiting to go on. But it was just funny how I remembered that. Some of the older people that worked there remember, they recalled that as well. We're trying to look at maybe to go on the hot air balloon at the end of the day. It doesn't go so far up per se. You're still tethered, but it should be give you a nice spot. Unfortunately, when we got off the bus, it was closed. Bit of a line, but nothing major. They actually had some mist. I think we'll see shortly here that when things got really hot, they kind of just missed everyone off, and it was just a good bit. Plenty of concession stands everywhere, big, small, all sorts of stuff you could ever want, and of course water fountains as well. So it was no one was in danger of dehydration. They did say they got rid of the monorail because you were so far removed from the animals. This did give you an opportunity to get closer, still within safe distance, but just an opportunity to get closer to the animals and maybe have an even more appreciation of them.
These are going to be very big and very diverse areas with a ton of animals living out here, and all of them are going to have their own special tricks to survive, which we'll try to talk about as we go around. Much of our greater flamingo right down there as well. Now, these flamingo may not be quite as pink as you're used to, but it's okay. They're actually supposed to be that color. That lighter color is going to be on most African flamingo, helping keep them cool out there on those bare little marble just ahead of us here, walking alongside Mom. Now, all of these rhinos, though, are going to be a very important animal for us, not just because they are absolutely amazing animals, but also because these southern white rhinos are going to be our best help for their close cousin, the northern white rhino. Can everybody hold up a peace sign for me really quick? Run into them. But before we run into some of those antelope, we got some more of our feathered friends to check out in our bird marsh just ahead of us here, which is going to be home to some of our African crown cranes, our yellow-billed stork, and quite a few different types of African pelicans. And it will also be the best way to keep disease from spreading out there as well. So it is going to be a rather messy and a rather thankless job for those vultures. But we're close to us right now, so you can get a pretty good look at those black and white stripes that are running down their face. Those are actually going to be a really good example of an adaptation called more of a threat to anything that might try to mess with them. Now, of course, intimidation is going to be a very big lifestyle out here, and a lot of these animals are going to be looking for those extra tricks to make them stand out as something that should not be messed with. And we've got an even better example of it over on the left here with some of our sable antelope. Really focusing on speed, and with this case, a little bit of jumping thrown in there for good measure. What they do is actually called crocking, where they will arch their own speed, being 3 of them already. But we're going to be quickly adding on our 4th here when it comes to size. Because, of course, for some of these animals that are just a little too big, anything that messes with them, including even the lions. And they're going to do that especially when they're protecting their young ones, and everybody else that lives out here as well. Since it not only lets them reach way up into those trees to grab those branches and leaves that only they can get to, but it also makes them the natural lookouts on the savanna as well. It looks like we're going to get a closer look at the majority of the group as we roll a little further forward here, so we'll finish talking about them in just a second. But we've actually got another animal right here next to us on the other side of the vehicle as well, with some of our Somali wild ass. Because the area they live in is very heavily threatened, and there may actually be less than 200 adults in the wild. So we're hoping that if that part of Africa starts getting a little less, we're using that color to try to stay cool out on some of the hotter desert-like areas. These Himsbach are using it more as a way to really show off that they shouldn't be messed with. It's kind of like a full-body war paint to really let others know that they will be definitely fighting back if they need to. But of course, we got the rest of those giraffe up here as well. Now, I was mentioning how they are going to be the natural lookouts out here, not only because of that incredible height, but because they have an incredible set of eyes as well, helping them spot movement and predators up to 2 miles away out there. So a lot of these trees, or over there on the hillsides across from us. Now, when it comes to life out here in the forest, things will be a little different than the savannah, since these animals are not really using those same big groups, but are using those famous stripes of theirs. So you can kind of imagine when a ton of zebra are standing next to each other, it would just be one huge blob of stripes, something that most predators would probably think twice about messing with from us. But from their predators, like the lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas, who will all see in black and white, or shades of gray. So to them, but not used in quite the same way as the ones on the zebra. These are going to be used to try to break apart the shape of their body and better hide them among the trees and the shadows out there in the forest. Kind of similar to there in the valley. And when the boys are all hanging out together like this, it's actually going to be called a bachelor, which is what you get when you have a bunch of those younger males all sticking together to protect each other. Well, they wait for a chance to kind of assert dominance, show off for the ladies, or of course anything else, but most of the time, whichever one of them backs away first is going to be the one that gives up on that particular argument, making sure that things stay pretty chill for the most part with those groups. And will definitely be a lot chiller without the girls around to have them. Out here are going to be consisting of primarily grass. So a lot of these animals are going to spend a good part of their day roaming around groups out there as well. And if there aren't quite enough resources to go around, they'll be needing to compete against some of the others to make sure they can get their fair share of impact. Now, we're going to try to see if we can find some of our other big friends as we keep rolling. We'll see what else we might be able to spot as we come around the next corner as well, since we'll also be passing our desert habitat of North Africa, which is going to be home to some of those animals who rise. One of our male ellipsin waterbuck. Now, as the name like waterbuck would suggest, the desert is definitely not their home, as they're going to spend most of their time in and around the water, and are actually incredible swimmers. So if they run into any trouble out here, they're probably just going to run. Now, I'll explain what he's doing out there in just a minute. But first, getting up to 2,000 pounds at their full size. And the animals that live out here are still going to be staying in those nice big groups for safety. But this part of Africa changes a lot from season to season compared to some of these other animals, areas we've seen. Little gazelle and impala, who have actually moved from where they were sitting earlier. So we'll keep our eyes open for them. But we've definitely got some other big ones just ahead of us here as well, including our male Cape buffalo, with a much bigger set of horns on them as well. But I'm going to try to see what else we're going to be able to get a good look at down here. Thank each and every one of you for coming out to the safari park today. And by coming out, you will be part of our and our sister park, the San Diego Zoo, goes to the care of our facilities here and to our conservation efforts around the world. We want to help raise awareness about all of these amazing animals and the things that they're doing to thrive out in the wild, as well as some of the stuff we can do to better help them. If you have any questions or would like to learn more, feel free to come talk to any of our guides, including me. I'm going to be standing up at the front of the vehicle as we pull into the station here, where we're going to be exiting over on the right-hand side, the same side that we came in on. And once we come to a complete stop, you can reach over the side and pull forward those little black knobs to open the doors on your own. And I want to wish you all the best with the rest of your day here at the Safari Park. Thank you all so much for coming out today.
Thank you. Awesome.
All right, some really cool flowers here. That was really cool about the vegetation. We're kind of looking for the drought-resistant vegetation as well. We saw quite a few species of that. Just looking for stuff to add to our backyard. A native species of snake, the rattlesnake. I guess the one thing about them, though, is they at least give you a warning. Here's some closer shots of the hot air balloon we didn't get to go on. But like I said, there's always next time. Everywhere you peek, there was just some information. It was a bit windy, hot summer day, but they had plenty of water available. Yes, unfortunately it was closed, but there's always next time. There's some drought-resistant stuff, or at least it looks it. Yeah, we did, like I said, it was San Diego County. We got a lot of rain this year, but like I said, it's definitely summer, and summer usually lasts until like end of September, early October. So if you do come out to the park, hey, bring plenty of sunscreen and bring plenty of water with you as well. They have water stations or water fountains, but you just fill up a cup. And this is not a monkey, but it's a spider something. And it's very clever, and the people liked it. Looks like it's looking for some shade right now, and we enjoyed watching it. I thought I had long arms. It's always good to get close with nature. Really cool exotic birds all over the place. Yeah, we have a real affinity for birds now. Each one has their own little personality and stuff. And everywhere we go. Some more of the foliage. And you just walk around the corner and you see something pretty. That was the only monarch butterfly we saw, the fake kind, but hey, we love monarchs as well. Yeah, fun for everybody, really. I mean, you got stuff for the kids, you got stuff for the adults. Just a real fun environment. Tried a bit of the food. Food was good. And you're not paying the amusement park prices when you come here. I believe 100% of the ticket sales do go to conservation. The idea is to introduce how the animals reproduce and then give them a chance to reintroduce them back in the wild. Very large pelicans. Just enjoying a nice day in the sun. Having a good time of it. Always good to be close with nature. We're a sucker for animals, even if they are statues. Hey, a little carousel for the kids. Didn't go on it, but the nice thing is when you see this sort of stuff, it kind of brings out the kid in all of us. Always want to keep cool. Got those nice mist fountains. Yeah, some stuff we got home. We did take a butterfly home, not a real one, but just fun stuff for our garden at home. Everywhere you go, we see something at the San Diego Safari Park. Everyone had a great time. Thanks for watching, guys. Had a great time at the park. Please click like and subscribe. Cool World video. Thank you.